Hello. Okay, basically, Phil has kindly let me borrow this doohickey thing, which is what's going to be attached to my belt with a boom mic on the set tomorrow and Friday. And at the moment I'm just testing it and seeing if it has recorded properly to SD card, so we'll hear me say test. Testing, test.
It works.
Works. Hello. And it's really, really good quality, to be honest. You know, I'm pretty happy with using this tomorrow, and connected to a big boom mic, it'll be great. I'm gonna probably try and test the limitations of when it spikes and when it gets to a point where you can't hear anything as well. I mean, that can be corrected in stuff like Adobe Audition, but I can't be asked to do that. I'm Mike Cosgrave here in the recording studio for the sound production to the Resistance project. Basically, I'm going to run through with you the sound production part of the project, and the sound production part is the thing that basically sets off the whole moment and the climactic scenes of the advert. The advert is about 1 minute long for the current TV version. We're also going to be hopefully putting across a 2-minute version to fit with our university brief. I started talking to Phil about creating like something nostalgic and yet something modern at the same time when it came to the sound. I got inspired with, at first, Winston Churchill's speech of "We will fight on the beaches," one of my favourite speeches of all time. My idea with grabbing Winston Churchill's speech was to actually alter what he was saying to fit the Resistance storyline. And instead of saying, "we shall fight on the beaches," I wanted to splice his voice to make it sound like "we have fought on the beaches." Nick, at one point, our producer, found out that the Winston Churchill speech was copyrighted. And yeah, it was quite like... It was quite a blow in the sound production. Basically, we had to scrap the Winston Churchill idea. And so for a while we kind of left it, and I started working with instrumentals. To create a nostalgic yet modern track, I decided to alter old music, or go over old music. I used a 1950s violin piece by William Van Horn. What I did, I picked up the electrical drum kit, and the electrical drum kit pads. I started to create a metronome beat, a simple metronome beat to work with the song. I thought of an idea of really turning it up, the decibels on the drums, and making it crackle to hell on purpose. And it seemed to have worked. It made a nice industrial sound, because when me and Phil were talking about this actor running through into this foundry after it's been in the field and everything, it was like a transition of sound between a natural landscape into an industrial metal landscape. And we thought of it when the drums kick in at that point, that's when we see the actor running through. I started looking into a song played in 28 Days Later, and it was really inspiring, the transition of it building up with the bass and then suddenly kicking in with the guitar. And then I started playing with some melody on top, some really spooky melody with a nice echo on top when it reaches the climax, and it seems to have just worked together. There were some points where it mushed together, but that was soon sorted out when I started mastering on Adobe Audition, like distributing the guitars into different earphones for a stereo surround sound effect. And I thought about some nice cymbal risers. I also wanted something kind of thundering in the background, and I looked into getting the biggest tom setting on the electrical drum kit. there were many cases, obviously, when I gave it back to Phil, and Phil was like, it's too mushy, like there's too much going on at points, so I had to tone down some instruments, make some instruments seem a lot more prominent over the others and such. I started sound sampling with Morse code as well, putting some Morse coding, because it just kind of inspired me. Like there's this broadcast that we're doing with music, and I thought of obviously Morse code, as you know, everyone knows about that broadcast of SOS. While I was actually out there filming with the guys, I used a boom mic kit, the ME66 kit, and I managed to capture a lot of the sounds from the running footsteps of the point of view, and which seemed really good. It just seemed a lot more fleshy and everything, you know, instead of a camera, the recorder on the camera. So I'm going to be adding those in soon. Also, I've been recording wind ambience as well, because obviously on cameras it makes that horrible noise, and you don't need that. No, you know, it almost makes it sound like a home movie as soon as that happens. So I've been recording wind ambience as well when it comes to those big landscape shots. Also, I did some Foundry ambience as well when we were recording in the Foundry, and listening to all the grinding metal, you know, the creaks and all those little sounds, you know, can create such an ambience in a scene. So I've been extremely excited about this project at the moment, and I've been very happy working with Phil, Nick and Steph at the moment. They seem to be lovely guys, so, you know, and it seems to be but I think that's about it really on the sound production, you know. This is when things, this is like there's about 3 effects on at the moment. You can really put some, you can get some cool drum kits on here. Change it. Change it. Here we go. How cool is that? Who the fuck made that noise?